Am I the asshole for telling my cousin that she shouldn't name her kid Sinzia? 16 female. Recently went to my cousin's, 28 female. I'll be calling her gender reveal party where she announced the baby's name, Sinzia, but it was pronounced Cynthia. Didn't specify the spelling, so we all thought it was spelt the normal way. About 2 days later she was talking about the new baby in the family GC, which is where we all found out about the spelling. I made a joke about autocorrect because I thought the spelling was normal and that autocorrect just went haywire or something. She then said that that was just the normal spelling. I suggested that she spell the name the normal way. She responded by calling me a name shamer and telling me to butt out of her life. Several people in the group chat privately messaged me and were also confused about the name spelling. My aunt, 44 female, C's mom has been particularly upset with me after C told her what I said. She has been messaging me non-stop and is extremely mad at me. C blocked me yesterday and refuses to speak with me, and a couple of family members have called me rude. Aida? Sorry for any spelling mistake or grammatical errors, I'm really tired lol. Update. Some of the family is subtly suggesting new names for the baby. Our grandma, 67F, agrees with me but says that I should have gone about it in a kinder and more subtle manner. She is now trying to convince C to name the baby after her and has said that it would mean a lot to her. My mom found out about my aunt's text messages and now an argument has broken out between them. C is starting arguments with anyone who disagrees with her and still refuses to talk to me. We're not from Italian or Spanish descent. Not the asshole. Not gonna lie, I read that as Sinzia. I have a very unique name, I have grown to love it, but God was I bullied as a kid. My parents and siblings all have common, traditional names. As a child, I did feel singled out. I do believe it gave me thick skin, but I also know that all the jokes about my name hurt when I was young and only wanted to fit in. I get wanting to make your kid's name unique in a way, but really don't all kids just want to belong? Not the asshole, kids are not accessories. They will someday be adults with adult jobs, and your name does have an impact on what people expect from you. A Dutch study showed that girls with traditional names were perceived as smarter than girls with modern names. With Eloise, Emma having the highest score and Kimberly the lowest. Sinzia makes no sense. Not the asshole, that poor kid is going to have a terrible life with that awful name. Reminds me of a kid in my class whose name was pronounced Cody, but spelled Chode. Needless to say, he did not have a good time. You just learned your third Swahili word after Hakuna Matata. Sinzia means dozing, like about to sleep. Hope that kid isn't dozing off their entire life from class to professionally open mouth smile, open mouth smile. Edit. Dozing. I was clearly doing that while typing. Not the asshole. Her spelling doesn't even make sense. In what language is a Z pronounced like a TH? Would I be the asshole if I refused to contribute financially to a party I was forced to host? I worked with a woman, Jenna, for a number of years and consider her a friend. We have both left the company but stay in touch in a complain about our job group chat along with another friend, Katie. Jenna recently became pregnant after suffering multiple miscarriages and failed rounds of IVF. Having been there through all of this, Katie and I are obviously stoked for her. Months ago, Jenna asked for our addresses to invite us to her baby shower. Katie mentioned that she'd love to help if they needed anything. I did not make that offer but said I looked forward to going. A short time later, Katie and I got invited to a group chat with dozens of others in it, the majority are unknown numbers, in which they are planning Jenna's baby shower. I was confused, and I remember texting Katie at the time and saying that I just wanted to go, and I had no intention of hosting. Because I'm an awkward person, I decided to not say anything in hopes that it would be obvious I didn't want to participate. People started volunteering to purchase or provide things. The guest list included 150 people. Providing food or decorations for a party of that size was just not something I was able to help with, so I remained quiet. At this point, the lady who organized the hostess group chat, Marcia, texts Katie and I separately asking if we can bring any last-minute items the day of the shower since we didn't sign up for anything. I replied that I would try if I'm able. Over time, frequent updates to the hostess chat became overwhelming. Marcia informed us at one point that she would add up everything and let us know how much we all owed. Apparently part of hosting included paying a portion of the total cost of the party? I was sort of flabbergasted by this. Regardless, I expected the shared cost to be small, so I still didn't say anything. Katie and I both muted the group in the last few weeks because it was just getting to be too much. Tonight, Marcia texted Katie, me, and 13 others in yet another group chat, letting us know how much we owe. Between the hostess gift, not even sure what it was, but apparently it was $465, stamps, labels, invitations, specialty cookies, paper products, and flowers. The total was almost $1,300 split between 25 hostesses. She advised everyone to bring $50 cash to the party to pay her back. I am shocked. Katie and I already split the cost of a gift that I really think Jenna will appreciate and use. Marcia also texted me about a week ago asking me to help at the party by writing down the names of people and the gift they bring. I was happy to help with that. Now though, I almost feel too awkward to go. I now realize I should have said I didn't want to help from the beginning, but I honestly didn't know that it would be this involved. I honestly doubt Jenna would expect this much from us. She isn't included in any of the shower-related group chats. Am I an asshole if I decline to pay the $50 and just go to the party to support my friend? She sucks for assuming that everyone was cool with contributing, but you desperately need to learn how to communicate and stand up for yourself. You had weeks to private message her and be like, we're actually doing our own thing gift-wise so we won't be contributing. It was that simple. IDK where you are, but in some places it is typical for the people who throw the baby shower to pay for it. It's a gesture to get the expected mother gifts to start them off on a good position. Like how wedding gifts used to be to start new couples off on their life together. It's gotten out of hand for sure, but that from my understanding is the point of a baby shower, which is what this sounds like. Maria was under the assumption that you were happy and agreeable for everything because you never gave any indication you weren't. You're an asshole for not saying anything. You should have said in the beginning that you were too busy to contribute. Now everything has been planned, organized and divided up evenly. So if you arrive at the party and say, I'm not paying you, then you're causing a scene at your friend's party. And making the main host pay double or recalculate for everyone to pay more, which seems unfair as well. You are the asshole for not being clear from the beginning that you were not participating as a host. After the first text you should have replied in the group to please remove you as you did not sign up to host. So yes, you need to pay the $50. Also, how did you not know that you pay for the party if you were a host? Who did you think was paying? You need to use your words. Even as an awkward person you need to be able to text someone. Your silence is taken for agreement. Too late really for me to tell you that you should have left the group early on and messaged your friend that you did not wish to host, but that would have been a much less awkward conversation than the one you have to have now. You need to have a conversation with your friend and with Marcia. It is up to you how you do that. Me? I would pay the $50 and accept it as the price of a lesson learned, and I am too big of a wimp to face the consequences of not paying and turning up anyway. But I don't know your financial situation and I don't know how much awkwardness you are prepared to put up with. Are you the asshole? I think so. You are the asshole. It's $50 versus awkward. I'd eat it and learn from the experience. I think things got out of hand with this planning, but also $50 is not that bad, especially if nobody stepped in to course correct. Am I the asshole for not looking for a new doctor because my wife doesn't like him? Throwaway because some people may recognize this and I don't need them knowing my main account. I've 49M. Been using my primary care physician for almost 20 years and I'm happy with him. His office is a bit goofy, but they're very responsive to all my needs. My doctor is great at drawing blood, which is huge for me because I'm bad with needles and blood and I'm diabetic, so I need it down 4 times a year. My wife, 48F, started using him a few years after me when I asked her why she still goes to her pediatrician at age 30 and she doesn't love him as much. She feels like he's a misogynist. When she tells him she's often cold, he will dismiss her by saying, oh, my wife is, too. It's a woman thing. Essentially, she feels like he doesn't care about women. Because of this, I told her she should find another doctor. Everyone should feel like their doctor is on their side, and if you're not comfortable, go to someone else. She told me that I should also leave him because she doesn't like him. I refused because, again, I'm bad with blood, need to get it done often, and I'm comfortable there. He's good for me. She's insisting on staying with him and basically said something along the lines of, I'm just waiting for him to screw up and kill me and then I'll see if you'll finally leave him. So Reddit, am I the asshole for refusing to leave my doctor, or is my wife being a little ridiculous for being like this? Thanks. Edit. Thanks for all the responses. I didn't think this would be so popular. I can't keep up with responses, so I'm going to stop trying. A couple of things. Yes, my doctor does actually draw my blood. He's a single doctor, not a practice. I don't care if you think it sounds fake, it's what I experience. If you don't believe it, I can't help you. My wife is a wonderful person. We've been together forever and will be together forever. This is one thing we disagree on. Why is your doctor drawing your blood and why is your wife still seeing a pediatrician? Seems odd. If my husband was going to a doctor who disrespected me and seemed to hate women, I would be wondering why the fuck he kept going there. I know that if I felt that way about someone, my hubby would stop seeing them. It does say something about your values. It's more important to you to get your blood drawn comfortably than to treat women as equals? That's pretty fucked up. Misogyny in medicine is very real. Women die because doctors don't take their symptoms seriously. You are the asshole. Not the asshole. I have a different doctor than my husband because I think his is a quack and a jerk. But he fits what my husband needs, so I don't question his decision. Where in the world are you that your doctor draws your blood? I am actually torn on this one. I agree that everyone should have a doctor they are comfortable with, but also I don't think you should continue going to someone who treated your wife like shit and is obviously misogynistic. I'll go with you or the asshole. Not the asshole, with a caveat. You and your wife have every right to find MDs you feel comfortable with, and who provide quality care. However, part of that care means they should align with your values. Your wife feels your doctor is disrespectful to women, and she's most likely correct. You don't have to leave your primary care doc in solidarity, but you need to explain to her why, while also respecting her position. If you're dismissive of her concerns, then you've got the same problem your doc does. Am I the asshole for buying myself an Xbox when my boyfriend said he got me one for my birthday last year? Final update. I ended things with him today. I couldn't do it on the phone, so I did it over text. Everything he said proved that you were all right. He's trying to manipulate me back into the relationship, but I'm at my breaking point. Thank you all for your help on this. My BF, 20 yo, and I, 24 yo, have been dating for about a year and a half now. We're long distance and he's been out here to visit me about 4 times, for weeks at a time. Last year on my birthday, in June, he had told me he got me an Xbox. I was really excited because I've had mine since 2016. We met for the first time last October. He didn't bring it with him that time. No big deal. He only had a small bag that time. Fast forward to December, he came out for Christmas. He bought a bigger bag, and even asked if he could bring his PS5 so we could play games together, and I said yes. After Christmas he went home, and I asked about the Xbox. Whenever I asked him he got frustrated and said I was nagging him about it, but he'll just send it to me in the mail. A few weeks go by, and nothing. So I ask him again, and he gets really upset again. He said it was in a box under his bed and he didn't want to deal with it right now. It got to the point where I just said that it didn't matter whether or not he bought it, I just wanted to know. We go into a huge fight about it again, and I told him I wanted proof that he actually had it. He sent me a picture of the box. I was suspicious about it because he had mentioned to me before that his best friend had the same Xbox I wanted. So in my head I was thinking that he had just taken a picture of his friend's old Xbox box. But I promised him I'd let it go after he sent the picture, so I didn't bring it up. That was sometime in January. My birthday is coming up again, and we were on the phone and he was talking about things to get me. For his birthday I had gotten him a game and a vinyl wrap for his PS5, so I had told him a wrap for the Xbox would be cool, my way of hinting that I wanted my Xbox, and he said no and that he'd think of something better. I promised him I wouldn't bring it up again, but it's been almost a year. He's coming out for my birthday, so I thought maybe he'd bring it. We were texting about my gift the other day and he had mentioned he needed to buy what he was getting me. So to me, it sounded like he wasn't bringing it. I've been wanting this Xbox for so long, and I was sick of waiting, so I went looking on eBay and bought one. It's coming this weekend, so I had to tell him. I told him not to be mad, but I bought myself the Xbox. I tried to explain my reasoning and that I didn't want to wait anymore because my Xbox now barely works. But he got so mad at me and just said, that was a fucking waste of $500, so I offered to pay him back for it and he said he doesn't want my money. Now he's really upset with me and it has me questioning if it was messed up that I ended up buying the Xbox for myself. Too long did not read. My boyfriend told me he bought me an Xbox for my birthday last year in June, he never brought it. I bought it for myself and now he's pissed at me. Am I the asshole? Update. He ended up sending a long text this morning about how pissed he was and that it was stupid that I bought it for myself. He was going to bring it, the only reason he didn't tell me was because it was supposed to be a surprise for my birthday. He said he's pissed because he bought more accessories for the Xbox too, so he spent well over $600, but now that I bought one for myself I should keep it and he's not going to give me anything he got. I told him that he should have just sent it in the first place and it wouldn't have got to the point where I had to buy it myself. I also explained that I didn't need expensive gifts and that if he didn't get it for me and just wanted to impress me, he should have told me when I gave him the opportunity to come clean. He explained the reason everything was so expensive was because I liked gaming and Legos, which are expensive, so it wasn't to impress me. He apologized because he made me so upset about it for so long, and that he didn't think about it because it was under his bed. I told him I felt like he never listened or cared about it because I had nagged him multiple times about sending it, but he somehow still forgot. He apologized for being lazy and making it seem like he didn't care about it, how he should have brought it in the first place, and that he was wrong for not doing that. I'm even more conflicted at this point, Maybe I should have just waited for my birthday, but it genuinely sounded like he wasn't going to bring it. Not the asshole, that Xbox doesn't exist. He just wanted brownie points without making the brownie. Also, him getting mad over it every time is kinda a red flag, so I'm not one to say break up, but consider if he's worth this. Not the asshole. Op wrote, so I offered to pay him back for it. No, you're paying him back for what? For something you don't have, haven't seen? WTH? He is lying. Why are you still with him? Not the asshole. He lied about having it the whole time. My ex has said he had gotten me a perfume for Christmas and I wanted to exchange gifts cause I had his and it was past Christmas time. I kept asking when we could exchange gifts and he would keep pushing it off. The day of exchanging gifts, second week of January, on his Snap Maps he was at the store getting it. I eventually grew tired of his behavior and broke up with him. Not the asshole. Why is he holding on to this supposed Xbox for so long? I know if I actually bought my significant other something, I'd want to give it ASAP. And he's had so many chances to give it to you for Christmas? And now 2 birthdays? So he's just letting it sit under his bed? He lied about console, but if he would lie about gift for whole year, the gift that he promised, and then gets audacity to be angry at you for buying it yourself, he 100% didn't even buy it. I can't imagine about what else he is actively lying to you. If I was you, I probably would think if I would want to be in relationship like that. Red flags are really screaming location flag location flag location flag location flag location flag location flag location flag. He never bought it, he's a narcissist and wanted the attention of buying you a nice gift without actually buying it. That would be a deal breaker for me.